Let's not do that. Let's do it a different way.
There we go.
Oh my goodness, it's all gone Pete Tong. We are almost ready to get back into the game. So, let me just double check. In fact, they are in the knife round, so I'm just going to drop you into the game right now.
Look at that camera work. Oh my word.
Look at that. That was sexy, right?
That was incredible.
So we're going to do something unique for the knife round, right? Ready? Brilliant knife round that was.
That was amazing. God, your casting was second.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
Just like Ryan.
I thought you were fantastic in that round.
I finally got it.
Right then. Ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I'm just about.
So
I'm dying for this one.
Final game of the night. Because that last game lasted so long, the other 3 matches actually started already. Which means that we are left with a choice of 1 game. But luckily for us, it's a good one. It's the Playing Ducks once more against last season's champions of the RaidCall EMS 1, VeryGames from France.
Yeah, and what a way for them to prove themselves. They've just beaten Navi, and now they can come against the guys who actually won the last event. That's a big, big task.
Already taken out 1 big task.
That's very true.
Navi going down in the last round. This is the quarterfinal, by the way. I can also tell you that, spoiler alert everyone, turn down your audio now, but Nip have already won and are through to the semi-finals. Did you turn down the audio quickly enough? No, sorry, I just spoiled it for you. So they'll be featured in tomorrow's semi-finals, which we will be bringing you both of, but we are underway in round 1 of Playing Ducks versus VeryGames, and Carrigan has already kicked things off nicely with a kill in towards the A bomb site, which looks like they're going to try and hit the VeryGames team are going to go into the site right now. Bomb was down on site, now been picked up, and Smiths will pick up the kill on Troubley. It's a 3 versus 3. Bomb about to be planted. Ooh, he thought about the safe plant, then decided to go back behind the boxes, and now decided to back away completely from planting. But I think they need to pick off this man over the far side, which is ChrisJ, before they can plant safely in the open. Now, are they thinking that maybe they've decided to rotate? Well, all 3 of them have been spotted there, so I can't imagine that they will. That bomb is still down in the open area. That's why they weren't able to go for it. ChrisJ nails 2 of them. Double headshots from ChrisJ. He's just carried on where he left off against Navi. And we're now down to a 3 versus 1. Scream now. With bomb in hand. 30 seconds remaining. He's got to make this one quick. Oh, gets caught short. And then ChrisJ, well, he didn't pick up the kill when he should have done. Now goes down. But that's given away his positions. 20 seconds remaining. 2v1. Scream now in pistols. In clutch mode. Now needs to get the bomb planted. Carrigan waiting nicely. And lands a fantastic headshot right across the bomb site. And VeryGames do go down in round number 1.
Yeah, and Carrigan there, the hat-trick of kills. Every single one of them pivotal. The first opening kill and the last round. Beautiful stuff from that man. Showing that he can compete with ChrisJ, the big dog from the last game.
Tell you what though, a couple of fantastic headshots from ChrisJ.
For sure.
What a lunatic he was for not picking up the kill when he had the chance and Scream.
Yeah.
Really should have done better there. The man's human after all.
Yeah, who'd have thought it, right? Anyway, we are into the second round now. And we are seeing the CT side with that weaponry beside them. This map is still slightly CT biased, so they're enjoying that factor itself. ChrisJ getting the first here, taking down Existence through mid. Nice adaptation, watching the push out, making it look easy. Bear in mind, this is VeryGames, a side who are phenomenal at this game. They may be French, but they certainly have talent. Anyway, 2 now remaining. Scream and MBK. They do only have pistols, bear in mind, guys, and a very attractive knife for MBK. Actually, it's got matching colours. That is lovely. But matching or not, has been taken down to 40 HP. 2v5. I don't think we see much here. But it's the Carrigan show leaping in and taking them out, and not losing a single player there for the Playing Ducks. Very nice round, well executed, and beautiful opening from ChrisJ and finishing from Carrigan again.
2-0 for the Germans. Round 3. Should, in theory, be a straightforward round. Just, well, no, maybe not, because early buy from VeryGames. Surprising, that early buy, actually. 4 Galils and an AK. Got to be careful here that they don't lose this one, otherwise it's effectively 4-0. Good shot from Scream. Baited the shot out from mid, with the 2 players going low tunnels, and Scream going through mid. Now, can they capitalise on that? The fire has been unleashed in mid, but will burn itself out without claiming any victims. The fire extinguisher's actually put out that lovely flash round the corner, but no, Troubley's not even able to pick up a single bit of damage, let alone a kill. Smith's wall, hold on a minute, that was your own teammate. Got a bit feisty there, and then Carrigan just picks off MBK as the bomb gets planted in a 4v2. And Kirby and Carrigan now have to make up for the lack of teammates here. Smith has picked off Carrigan now. Kirby, last man standing, he falls to existence. And VeryGames early buyers pay dividends for them. They're back in the game at 2-1.
Yeah, indeed. And even though they weren't ducking around, Playing Ducks finally being put under pressure. Well said, Berserker Age there. I saw that. I'm watching you guys in Twitch chat. You guys are quite funny. 2-1's the current scoreline. And, well, that early buy has paid off from the French side on VeryGames. Looking like they want to go forward in this one with a little bit of an advantage now. So, let's see who's going to win that early exchange in mid. Very aggressive peaks coming out from the Playing Ducks. Looking like they want a challenge. Holding VeryGames back just a moment. That mid push clearly resonating from the last round. Not going to allow it to happen so easily now. Carrigan on the prowl of the York. Not expecting Existence to be pushed up so heavily. Oh, lovely shot coming in, but not enough. Gets knocked down to 6 HP. He needs Scream in there. He needs Smith backing him up, and they've done just that. Taking down Kirby, who got a little bit overexcited there, pushing around from the B-bomb site, but it looks as though that's where VeryGames are heading towards. Truebly now in trouble, surrounded by the opposition. They're flying in towards him. Shox does get the kill, open that one up slowly but surely, and there's a lovely follow-up shot on ChrisJ. And now only Legisia and Carrigan stand, and VeryGames making it finally look like light work.
Oh.
There we go. Lovely stuff. Not going to happen that easy. Carrigan, no luck this round.
Short range shot on Scream. I think he legged him actually,
yeah.
Or got him through the box, one of the two, but definitely did some damage on the way there. And back to 2-2. The RaidCall EMS 1 champions, pulling it back after losing the pistol and the second, and now looking a little bit more comfortable. I don't know why I went all French there. Maybe it's because they've got berets on and they're French.
Do they have baguettes?
That would be a good skin, wouldn't it, for the M4?
I'd really enjoy that. And grenades being like garlic clothes.
Valve, if you're listening, make it so. Round 5 is firmly underway, and VeryGames do have the lead thanks to Shox picking up the opening kill. Existence will get the second. There is a third man hiding in it. Oh, look at this. The Fade Bayonet is actually out for... I didn't see who had that one actually, but one of the French guys on VeryGames did have the Fade Bayonet. I hadn't seen that one before. Looks very colourful, and that was a very straightforward Joe round for VeryGames.
Yeah, very simple stuff for them, and they're a team that can make it count when it matters, not doing what Na'Vi did, letting it slip away from them. They're keeping it, and they're working it back. Do bear in mind, Playing Ducks did get that opening pistol round. They should have had 3 off the back. VeryGames went on the early counter buy, invested heavily, and it's paid off, stopping the momentum from Playing Ducks and starting to build a lead. But we know these guys can play. Now's their turning point. Let's see what they can do here. Slower A push coming out from VeryGames, but Playing Ducks is just dug in deep here. We're seeing ChrisJ with that AWP, a man who's done so much damage before with it. Here come the flashes, here come the smokes. It's almost go time for VeryGames, pouring in towards the A-bomb site. Carrigan receives the first, takes out Shox. Existence avenges. Down we go, but back and forth, leaving it in a 3v2. And the T-side not quite able to penetrate fully into this bomb site. And taking their time just a touch, Truebly and Kirby still stand. Nades coming out, Truebly taking low, 20 HP and 36 for Kirby. They are being worked down. VeryGames know exactly where these guys are. Truebly showing his hand, but the bomb is planted.
They're going to save.
They've got to. There's no chance. Looking at that HP, the VeryGames side barely got scathed. Once they had that early kind of rough entrance, Shox and Smith's going down. They were the first 2 through. Carrigan went after getting the opener, and then it all just fell into VeryGames' favour. They're just very good at executing these strategies. When they get, what they want in mind, they're one of the teams that actually run with them. I do remember Fiflaren highlighting that to me.
Oh, they're very positive.
Exactly. They always have those strategies. They're not a team that just does it on the fly. They don't depend on adaptation as much as others, but they have their drilled in strategies. They execute them well, and they're a team I'm looking towards. But also, watching Playing Ducks on Dust 2, they also replicated a lot of the VeryGames strats I saw from the last season that we got to witness.
Yep. Watch any of the demos from the last 3 months, and you'll see mixture of strats that Existence pulls out for his team, but they haven't changed massively. Just subtle changes here and there. The team starting to use the Molotov. Of course, it decreased in price in the last update, which has made it a little bit more viable now as well. It's also a viable weapon. M4 used perfectly by Kirby on Shox, who was busy watering the plants in the back hall. Here comes the Molotov, in towards the bomb site. Scream not spotting! Look left, sir, because ChrisJ was just waiting for you for a free kill, and that was the easiest kill he's going to pick up this evening. And we're at 3 versus 2 now. Playing Ducks have an advantage. That's erased by MBK, who moves in towards the bomb site. I was going to say charges, but that would be an overstatement, because he's not doing that particularly quickly. His existence picks up a lovely headshot on Kirby. And we're now at 2v1, and MBK is the man with the fade bayonet. He didn't need that. It was AK that got him the kill. And VeryGames lead 5-2. It's beautiful, that look.
It looks pretty.
It's pretty.
I like
the pretty colours.
I'm from London. They know I've got a thing for
look at the colours on VG right now. Look.
I know. I'm saying he's got a colour theme.
He's got the colour theme.
Cute. It's like Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen's just kind of sorting them out a little bit. They don't remember him, you poor people. Anyway, the scoreline is 5-2. VeryGames stepping into their strong points now. Looking good, but ChrisJ going aggressive, does get the opener, gets caught almost, but took down Smiths, going back for more, and he's done it again, folks. This man's a monster with the AWP, taking out Scream and Smiths. Now only MBK, Shox, and Existence stand. What can they do? MBK surrounded by the playing Ducks. Just waiting for their moment. Flashes and nades just being chucked out, slowing them down. Kirby getting a little bit restless now, trying to follow on here. Seeing ChrisJ's action, wants a bit for himself. VeryGames are so good in these situations though. Letting Existence do the work. Trying to peer through. ChrisJ would be receiving, but he's backed off. Expecting MBK, doesn't land the shot. That's a new sight for my eyes at least, and Carrigan can just sit back and wait. He's got an idea, he knows kind of where MBK is. MBK's a little bit clueless, but he has found Legesia. That's another down, bringing it slowly but surely back. 30 seconds left though. Gotta get moving. Carrigan lays in wait. Does claim MBK. Now firm advantage to the CT side. This could be the round they need here. Let's see what Shox can do. Eyeing up that B-bomb site. Swiftly dispatches of Kirby. Entrance is gained, but here comes the rotate. Truebly and ChrisJ, the beast, making his way through 3 kills already on the hat-trick. Looking for his 4th. I wouldn't be surprised, as now it is Shox. Managed to surprisingly take the head off of Truebly. And now ChrisJ pushes in with the pistol. Played it to the time, played it smartly. Didn't have to make that one pretty because he had 3 beautiful kills before. And just got the 4th there, almost acing VeryGames to get them at the little bit closer scoreline, 3-5.
Yeah, joins the George Foreman Club, as we like to call it.
Grilling VeryGames.
It's very good.
I know, right?
It's very good.
I know, I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Dad.
5-3 to VeryGames right now. And I think Pansy might be dying of laughter. Just good start from Carrigan. From the M4. Well recovered there.
Thank you, sir.
And things not going quite their own way in the last couple of rounds. Flash off the back wall for VeryGames. They do blast in towards the bomb site. Existence picks up the first. MBK, though, takes down his own teammate. What are you doing, sir? That's not going to work. Smith then with a stunning AWP shot through the window on Carrigan. He was literally hop, skipping and jumping across the window. And they've somehow managed to make this a 3v3. Smith gives them the advantage. Brilliant shot from him. Grenade goes down and perfectly lands as well, right at the feet of ChrisJ. And Smith picks up yet another one. 3 from him in the round, including a team kill in the middle of that one as well. And they get the last man through MBK. And VeryGames X. Perfect strand to the B-bomb site.
And that's what they're so good at. Not the fancy stuff, not the classy stuff, but that really hard fought for rounds. When it comes down to those tough situations that you need to have that good cohesion in, they're so spot on. So good. Absolutely unreal stuff. Anyway, VeryGames now picking up where they left off, 6-3. Looking like A's the bomb site to hit, going in pretty quickly here. Scream just bursting through. He knew they'd be down to pistols, expecting the stack to come out, and he's enjoyed that one. Smith, Shox, and MBK mopping the floor with playing Ducks as only Truebly and Kirby stand. 2v4, it's not looking good. Bomb down. I don't think we're going to see much from these two. Let's have a little look to see where they are, if the keyboard wants to allow me. Kirby in a little bit of trouble in mid. MBK deals with him, and now Trubley is in trouble. And there's 4 players very hungry for blood. I don't see what he's going to do here. He's pretty much down and out. I say that, he gets one. Doesn't get a second though. I was getting worried.
Another
like,
ridiculous headshot through
no,
the smoke.
This can't happen. It's nerve-wracking stuff watching these guys. In the
Crazy.
situations I'm like, no, they'll never get. Oh god.
7-3. VeryGames in the lead now, and relatively comfortable. Not having it all their own way, admittedly. They lost the first 2 rounds, of course, but I've only lost 1 gun round since then, as MBK picks up the first. They exchange a frag apiece actually all the way through, so it's now 3v3 very quickly into the round. We only played 20 seconds, and ChrisJ now comes around the back, picks off the headshot, gets a second headshot in a row on Shocked and Existence, and then through the smoke has done some damage and well, chipped away at MBK a little bit. He's down to 94, but in a 1v2 you'd still fancy that VeryGames have got an opportunity here. He's got the nuclear threat 250 on him here. First time we've seen that this evening. Kirby and ChrisJ waiting, and waiting patiently as well. Perfectly positioned. MBK dropped. And playing ducks with another round on the board. They're not letting VeryGames away with this one. No,
definitely not. They're fighting them on every front they can. And 4-7. Let's have a look at that scoreboard, see who's stepping up at the moment. ChrisJ, as you'd expect, 13-8. But Smith's a respectable 11-6 as well at the top. VeryGames doing nicely for the side. And I feel as though the execution for VeryGames is just getting better and better, really. But let's see if they can do it again. Looking for that quick push towards the A site, slowing it down. They know they're not on the eco anymore, so not going to be a walk in the park. Just waiting for those flashes. Carrigan with the counter flash though, peering out nice and quickly, challenging MBK, but Shocks is there to avenge. And he comes through, picks up a second full of his troubles, and that's them into the bomb site. Trubley though, finding Smith in return, bringing the advantage to the CT defending side. Shocks has got himself into a bit of a pickle here. Trubley is merely steps away. I think he's kind of working that one out. He knows he's a little bit surrounded. Gonna fight his way out though, 3v2. They do have the bomb as well, so 56 seconds. They don't need to worry about that, but they do need to worry about Trubley, who's got the headshot on the cross, shutting down Shocks, goes in nicely for the second. Absolutely and utterly, just making it look so easy when it happens like that. But the score is still 5-7. VeryGames still have the lead, and well, Playing Ducks still have life left in them.
Certainly do. Definitely not letting VeryGames have it all their own way. In fact, top scorer ChrisJ, what a shock, 13-8. Carrigan 10 for 9, both in double figures, but beyond that, no one on the team in double figures just yet, and just Smith's on 11 for VeryGames. Nothing doing for Carrigan through the mid in the lovely boom orb. And that's because we've got 4 men pushing in towards the bomb site. Oh, this is a great grenade. Actually landed right at the feet of Scream. He was up on the balcony. MBK gets the opening kill on ChrisJ. And Trubley now around the back. That grenade could be really, really good. It's done a well, reasonable amount of damage, but it looked better than it was when it got left go. And now another grenade comes raining down. They've still got all their men survived here, and they've picked off 2. Trubley finally gets 1. Little bit of damage coming in on Carrigan. He's down to 7 health. Kirby's disposed of. Carrigan goes down in a hail of bullets. And Scream and Smith combined to pick up another couple of kills. And VeryGames get themselves back on track. Really nice 4-man push through the upper halls into the A-bomb site, and a perfectly executed strat to get the bomb down quickly.
And I love seeing that. It takes so much trust in your teammates to make sure, you know, the flash is there, the smokes are there, you know, the Molotov from Scream will have come in eventually. That it takes so much depending on your teammates, and VeryGames are very good at that. Anyway, 5-8, as we said, CTs do only have pistols beside them now, and MBK enjoying that one, taking out Legisha very quickly. ChrisJ with the reply to Smith nevertheless, but they're just opening up a 1-by-1. MBK finding ChrisJ as well, avenging his fallen teammate, and now Carrigan, Trubley and Kirby still stand. And I spoke too soon as MBK decided he wanted to get some more frags this round, and it's a walk in the park for VeryGames. They're not going to be challenged here, and MBK gets a nice 4-man through that. But CTs did only have pistols. 5-9 is the scoreline. We're getting to that last round of the first half here.
Yeah, and when you think Mirage, one of the most balanced maps, alright? It's around about a 51% CT bias, so it's an 8-7 map at best in favour of CTs. And VeryGames right now lead 9-5. If they go in 10-5 at the half, I think this is just going to be game over in the second half.
Yeah.
So Playing Ducks really need this round, and they know they need this round as well. They've opened things up nicely. Kirby's got the first one, Trolley gets the second, and Shock's now replying back in. Can he get a second inside the bomb zone? Yes, he can! Nice work from Shock's, equalising it back up. He's only got 9 points of health remaining, and Scream's down to 30, so they've got to be careful here. Legion, Carrigan, and ChrisJ all rotating back over. And Carrigan doing good work in mid, but he's a long way away here. Still got to try and get round the corner. Flashes in, that's to turn away from it. It's a good flash though. Existence is going to go down under fire. Last man standing will be Shocks here. And they're hunting for him. He's going to get one. Is he? No! Couldn't get either. And ChrisJ just pops around the corner and picks up the silence USP kill on him. And Playing Ducks do go into the half. 6-9 down. It's not the right scoreline for them, but it's given them a sliver of hope.
Yeah, and they're a team who can work with it, bear in mind. They did just beat Na'Vi. They're a team that can do it. With their backs to the wall, they can step up. They had the disadvantage. Na'Vi had the upper hand. They worked it back. So do not count these guys out just as of yet. Watching ChrisJ, watching Carrigan before, they're a team of talent. And there's a lot of discussion in the community, you know, towards ChrisJ, but he's doing it time and time again. And not only Dust is his strong point, he's stepped up here as well. So VeryGames will be on that CT side now, trying to defend those two bomb sites, whereas the T sides will be filled with Playing Ducks back on the pistol here. And I'm just not sure what we're going to see, but if VeryGames get the pistol, I feel as though they'll run with that momentum.
Could be right. We are underway in our first round of the second half of the quarterfinal. This is the RaidCall EMS 1, Full Cup number 1 if you're just joining us. 2 days of Counter-Strike Go with $1,000 on the line, 600 for first, 200 for second, and 100 each for third and fourth. We don't play a third game, so each of them get the $100. Also, as important, if not more important, I would say, are the points that you gain each cup, which ultimately mean the top 16 that have the best points over the 4 cups over the next 4 weeks will go on to the group stages, which will take place throughout October, by the way. We're going to have one group every week for 4 consecutive weeks. So you've basically got 8 weeks of awesome CSGO just from the RaidCall EMS 1 Cup without everything else that's going on in Counter-Strike as well. Fantastic shot from Leggy as he goes into the bomb site to pick up the frag on MBK. We've got Deagle in the hands of Shocks, and it was pretty rubbish actually. Carrigan though picks him off. Scream then shows you how to do it with a headshot in on Kirby, and 3 versus 2 now. Scream coming around the side though. He's brilliant in pistols usually, and he's brilliant again here. 2 in a row now from Scream. Last man standing, and just what? Guess what? 2 more to go, and he wins the round, and we're paused, possibly?
This is terrifying.
Don't like it.
We don't like it.
Yeah. That's not your video, by the way, that stopped. That's the game. It's paused. And I would imagine that was Playing Ducks round, which would mean it's 9-7 and they won the pistol. So... Oh, hello. Well, maybe not just yet. Scream's still going. Still 2v1. Still 2v1. And Troubley dancing. Well, they're dancing around the box, and Troubley finally does pick up the frag. So it is Playing Ducks that win the pistols. And VeryGames have it all to do again, because I think that's game on.
Yeah, most certainly is. But bear in mind, they did turn it early before. They went on that early investment. We're seeing a shotgun coming out and a deagle coming out. One for Scream, and I think it's Existence this time going for the deagle in hand. But
it's better than it was. I mean, it is a viable pistol now. It's just, oh my goodness. A bit of lag again here, or a pause. It's just not as good as it was in 1.6, or Source for that matter, where it really was a viable, 5-man deagle buy round.
Oh, I used to love them.
Yeah.
I used to love the deco rounds, I've got to say it. In CSS especially, I used to love watching that. Especially we've already seen Crystal, one of the men who was so good with that back in those days. But anyway, back into this game. The pause, the lag, whatever it was, has finished. So let's see what we have in store.
Oh, hello.
If,
shotgun.
that shotgun action. Troubley taking out Smith, Shocks replying, back and forth. Kirby darts in. And that deagle is just literally tickling these guys. It's barely doing work. Anyway, 3v4. We're seeing the ice skating happening around the map. It's a beautiful display. It's like Swan Lake. And now 1 minute on the board. Legisha looking towards B. Very optimistic at times. And VeryGames being put off their game. And left with only 2 standing. Scream and Shocks are on fairly nice health compared to playing Ducks.
It's all about the shotgun.
It is. It's like what you can get right. Anyway, Scream.
No.
Screaming in there gets denied by Kirby. And now Shocks in a 1v3. I don't think there's much hope here, but I'd love there to be. But I think he's been locked out of this one. They're playing it smart. Kerrigan sitting back, Kirby sitting back, and Legisha just try to toy with him on 4 HP. And we should see this round going.
Save that shotgun, it's valuable.
You a big fan of it by any chance?
No, not really, but it's a Nova. Look at that. It's deadly up close, I'm telling you, but it's pretty rubbish long range. Which it should be.
See,
I mean,
I was about to say, it's a
supposed
shotgun.
to be.
We'll stick with that. Anyway, not much can be done, but not a bad round. They did get 3 kills there for the CT side. Couldn't restop the plant, but getting the money in the bank. They did invest into a shotgun and a deagle, but that's not exactly a drastic investment.
Tell you what, though, that last round that they won on the first half made a big difference right now, because they won that last one, got a bit of momentum, then they've won the pistols, then they won this next one, and suddenly, from being a 9-5 game to VeryGames, don't forget, could have been 10-5 at the half, it was 9-5, it's now 9-8. And VeryGames still on a save in round 3 because they're CT sided. So this could be 9-9, and this is following a very similar pattern to how playing Ducks and Na'Vi went, if you remember rightly.
Yeah, it should be a worrying sight for the VeryGames boys, unless they can start turning around. I can imagine we'll start soon.
Possibly. In the meantime, whilst the auto director just gives us a lovely view of the
it's like CSI.
The room.
Look at the corpse.
Yeah, look at the corpse. Look at the corpse. It's like the chat. There was that far show as well. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. 9-9. Anyway, playing Ducks and VeryGames are tied up.
They are indeed.
Not literally, but you know they're
that's a little bit
they're
kinky.
even.
I know we've already mentioned 50 Shades of Red-Eye, but easy on Tiger. Anyway, 99 as we say, but we are seeing VeryGames finding a bit of firepower beside them, so we might see them slowly working this one back. As I die quietly in the corner. Anyway, slow round from the playing Ducks. Smith's in existence, stacking up by A. But actually, most of the T players are looking towards B. Not sure how this one's going to pay off. Scream kind of playing cautiously. Doesn't want to overly rotate. It's such an easy map to use mid on and just kind of go from back and forth to.
Just want to clear up something. Someone earlier said, can they see all this stuff through the walls? That's what they can see right now, okay? We just turn next round to give you a bit of a heads up.
And it makes me seem marginally knowledgeable at times. Anyway, Kirby holding the push from VeryGames, just testing their mettle really, seeing how disciplined they really are. Smith's bearing the brunt of that, down to 36 HP. Need to keep him at bay now. And they didn't connect. And here we go. Shocks finally kicks off. Smith actually did take down Kirby. Kerrigan quickly avenges, but Scream holding the cross. Lovely play, expecting what was coming. Can he expect ChrisJ though? Gets the tag, not the frag. Oh, ChrisJ turns around and takes down Shocks, but there's the headshot. You challenge Scream like that, you're going down. No matter who you are now. Kerrigan left in a 1v2. Scream on 2 already. NBK sitting pretty on 100 HP. They should and is their round. That's the VeryGames execution we were waiting for. Took them time, got a little bit lack of discipline there, but they pulled it off in the end.
Difference between the two teams right now. Look at the frags. Do tell a story. The spread is much better. You've got Kerrigan 17, having a great game by the way. ChrisJ 16, Troubley 12, Kirby 8, Legion 5, and then on the other side, Smith 16, Scream 16, Shocks 14, MBK 13. Only Existence propping up the scoreboard, which we've often seen, by the way. He's often been at the bottom of the scoreboard recently, but he's also the strat caller. No, he has, and it's been quite a while in CS:GO. He's not quite the killing machine that he was in Counter-Strike Source, it has to be said, but he doesn't need to be when his team are playing as consistently as they are. He can call the strats and fill in where he needs to. It's also about where you play in position-wise as well. And MBK right now, perfectly placed. Fantastic couple of shots from him with the AWP. Gets 3 in a row! Phenomenal stuff from MBK. Going to get the 4th? No, not quite. Oh, he's chipped him down to 13 health, but can still get the 4-man. He does land the shot, MBK. The 5-man is on here for an unbelievable player in MBK who's picked up 4 kills, and it's ChrisJ who's replied back himself now with 2. And is MBK going to get the 5-man? No, because he's dead. It's all now down to ChrisJ to save the round for Playing Ducks when they really should have lost this round already. It was 4v1, now a 4v2, and Scream in Existence surely can't throw this one away. 38 seconds remaining. Bomb inside the bomb site. Chris knows that he's got to somehow get that bomb planted in 30 seconds. As he hunts around and lands another shot. That's 3 down. 1 to find now. We looked at this being an ace round for MBK. Suddenly it's switched round. Can ChrisJ clutch this one? Bomb about to be picked up here. Dodges round. Existence with only 7 frags round so far. Can he pick up a vital eighth? Oh, sprays down and does get the kill in the end. Shake of the fist from Existence. Couldn't understand why he didn't get the kill, but finally landed it, nervously spraying with the M4. And VeryGames take the lead 11-9. Boy, oh boy, what a round.
That is the round to be remembered there. That was incredible. Both AWP players doing so much work. It was unreal. So guys in chat, get excited. This game is certainly on. Playing Ducks not going down without a fight at all. 9-11, VeryGames still in the lead. But Playing Ducks with a little bit of fire now. ChrisJ showing us that scout power, taking out shocks. Smith flies. Here we go, VeryGames just taking into hands, probably pushing in, but look at that. He makes it look so simple, yet it's so difficult, but it's the big man left. It's ChrisJ. I want to follow him right now. I want to see what he's got here. He's got the scout. He's walking around with... It's like I'm watching Call of Duty 4. This is wrong, folks. He's waiting for Smith. Oh, he didn't expect him there. He checked it, but he didn't check it enough, and Smith will take him down. No clutch moments from this round. 12-9.
I mean, go back to the last round. It was 10-9.
It was.
Existence loses that round. It's 10-10. They're also on a save. Huge round for VeryGames to win, thanks to Existence. In the end, winning the round. They're now 12-9 up, almost purely based off that one round. I mean, you can't get much bigger than that. I suppose, you know, in the past, we've seen Nip do a ninja defuse through the smoke. Mr. Richard Landstrom, and then of course go on to win the game purely because of that one round. And VeryGames right now, that wasn't quite as clutch, but it's a big round to win. And we're 3v3, and VeryGames have a bit of work to do here because Existence is down to 7 health, and it's 3v3. Oh, that flash I don't think that flash worked very well. Kirby's going to get that frag. Scream replying back on a Legion. We're back to 2v2 again. Kirby comes round the corner, disposes of Scream. Troubly gets rid of Existence. And Playing Ducks will not give in easily.
No, 12 rounds to VeryGames, but as you said, 10 to Playing Ducks. The German side still very much in this and doing so much work on so little. Very impressive stuff. So... come on, nice eco. It was indeed a nice eco. That's pretty impressive stuff. Executing very nicely towards B, locking it down, and just taking VeryGames in the best situation for them. That's what I like about Playing Ducks, using the map to their advantage. But let's see what they have in store now. Still looking to make their way towards the A site, bursting through. Carrigan, a little bit of pre-fire to make sure no one's going to catch him off guard. But it's Scream still waiting. We saw how easy this man makes it look when they push in here. It's pretty darn impressive, so let's see if he can do it again. It's a little bit more cautious play from Playing Ducks. Deciding he can go so aggressive, slowing it down, taking it easy, trying to control the pace, not hand it to VeryGames. But there's 3 players of VeryGames on this very bomb site, on A, waiting to expect. Existence just patrolling through mid, and then I believe it's MBK by B, but the action is where it's expected. It is towards A, and it's Scream again. The Scream show begins. He's got the first down to Legisha. Smith waiting, and actually he's been taken out, but Smith now springs his action, gates down. Carrigan follows up onto Kirby. Lovely play. Now the last 2 need to be found, and rather swiftly. And Shocks did go down, as did Scream. Troubly causing trouble, takes out Smiths. MBK quickly back with it. And now ChrisJ again, the last man standing. He's been going so huge for his side. Let's see where he is. Oh, beautiful ping gun. Getting the fire out. Does get the tag on Existence. Gonna go for the bomb plant now. 15 seconds remain. Oh, he's faked it out. He peers around. He's got MBK. Goes to the last and he gets it. He takes down Existence. And the scoreline just gets even closer. And why would you allow ChrisJ, of all people, a chance in that situation?
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, just, you know, nuts. What more can you say about the guy? We've said so much about him this evening. And if you missed his game earlier, by the way, against Na'Vi, just go back, watch it on the VOD, esl.tv, and enjoy a masterclass of Scout and AWP action. This time round it's slightly different though. Carrigan, well, got up close and personal with MBK, but that's fine. That worked out nicely for him. And 5v2 as Scream, another stunning headshot. This time with the Scorpion P2000, by the way. That's a really nice little skin. I like that one as well. I haven't seen that one this evening. Kirby and Troubley picking things up. That's a straightforward eco bash for playing Ducks. And look at the scoreline. We're back to 12-12 again.
Wow, going into the 25th round. Oh my god. This is going to be one of those games I can believe ChrisJ dragging playing Ducks. I want to see what score he's in on 23 frags to 17. Actually at the top of the scoreboard overall. Smiths and Scream sitting at the top for VeryGames. So both players doing very well. But I think Chris can walk away with his head held high today, showing that it doesn't matter who you're playing with. If you step up, it can just about be enough. Let's see if they can dig deep enough. Troubley has opened up towards A now. Looking, here comes VeryGames, trying to find the counter. Smiths gets in, gets flash. Kirby takes advantage, takes him down. 5v3. This could be a huge upset, ladies and gents. And ChrisJ still alive. The Danger Man goes in and gets another.
How on earth?
It's unreal stuff right now. This is absolutely insane. So, 2v4 in favour to the T side, who somehow brought this back. They've got the bomb down and they're looking comfortable here. I don't see VeryGames getting back into this round. I think they're going to play it smart, play it cleverly, save all the weapons, and try and bring this back another day. Wow. I really don't know what to say about this matter. This is absolutely unbelievable. So Carrigan trying to find Existence there. And doesn't get it, but Legesia will. Shocks will remain with his M4, trying to keep hold of that just because the money system obviously in play. And playing Ducks now with the round advantage here, turning it right on a knife's edge, 13-12.
From memory, it's only the second time they've led. I mean, they won the opening pistol round of the very first half, and the second gun round. That was 2-0. Since then, it's been all about VeryGames in the lead, and suddenly, just when it matters, Playing Ducks have pulled it out, and they did the same thing against Na'Vi earlier. That ended 15-all in the end before they took it in overtime. Already knocked out one big name from this first cup in the RaidCall EMS 1 full season. Are they about to knock out the reigning champions? Looking good. And then, well, Smith shuts down Kirby, so 1 for 1. Minute remaining in round 26, and VeryGames can't force anything. They're on CT side. Just looking at their strat right now, they've got 2 over at A, 2 at B. And Existence just starting to rotate away from it. Shonks is going to fall down here to Troubley. He did pick up one to ChrisJ, and MBK will pick up one as well. So now 3v2, and MBK gets another double on that bomb site. He's been absolutely beastly on B. And Smith's now dropping to Carrigan, who's come round the back. They'll know where he is, though. And this will be a 2-man shutout on B. Do they know the bomb's down? Pretty sure they do. It's sitting in a window, I believe. Yeah, here comes Carrigan. Oh, it's actually down. I'm wrong. It's down on the far side. I don't think they knew exactly where it was, because otherwise they just set up a much better crossfire there. And Existence now, last man alive. Carrigan's going to set this one down. Oh, he didn't know that Existence was behind. And Existence clutches another round for VeryGames. And that's brought them back level again. This game is just nowhere near done right now.
Yeah, indeed. This is going all the way right now. 13-13. Lucky for some. But VeryGames, they've got a tough task. I don't think they expected it to be this much hard work. I don't think anyone did. I think Playing Ducks came into this obviously respected within their certain fields, but not to challenge the likes of Na'Vi, challenge the likes of VeryGames. And this is why I love this tournament. You get to see teams who may not get the chance to always beat these players or at least challenge them or play them. But when they do and they step up like this, it's insane to see. And people can look at ChrisJ as the example, but every single one of them is doing the work. Karrigan initially in the first game we watched. Troubley in overtime. Legija in overtime. All of them doing extremely well. Now, with 1 minute left into this round, what do they have in store for VeryGames? They're taking their time. As you said, dictating the pace. VeryGames have no say in the way these rounds go, unless they go a little bit aggressive, but that's too hap-handed right now. They just have to wait and receive. Playing Ducks, playing exactly to that. So, Scream in his usual position. Playing Ducks, dropping down those smokes. It does seem about go time. Scream anticipating the flashes, waiting them out, turning around. He can actually find these Kirby, the first possible victim. He does fall. ChrisJ leaps in. He feels the wrath of existence comes in big when it matters. As now Karrigan, the only man standing, who was the one who split through mid, is now in trouble. 1v1 against Scream here. MBK coming around from the back. And I'd hate to be in a 1v1 with Scream. But anyway, it could be his undoing right now. And oh my god, MBK, what have you just done? Thank god Karrigan is on 3 HP because he could have just handed them this game. The bomb will go down. MBK, you've got a lot of making up to do. Karrigan playing this as best he can. He knows this is almost over. He hasn't got a main weapon. He's only got his pistol.
Don't peek.
Just play it smart. Make MBK come to him. Here we go. Oh, and MBK does just about make up for it. But that felt a little bit too close for comfort, and you guys in chat just noticed how ridiculous that was. Anyway, finally VeryGames get a step in the door towards that final scoreline marker, but this is what we see every time, back and forth. This is now Playing Duck's turn to pick up the round.
So, VeryGames now move to 2 rounds away from victory. A hard-fought victory for them as well. But they looked at this matchup and thought, ha! We didn't get Na'Vi. Thank God for that. What they did get, though, were on top form of Germans right now, although Scream has disposed of the #1 player at the top of the list right now, ChrisJ, although Karrigan's also having a mighty game on Mirage. They lost a man, though. They're going to have to do something spectacular here. Looks like another 8 push. They've got 3 men in towards the side here. They are going to fall down though if they go round the corner. Shocks in existence. Both picking up a frag apiece as the auto director takes some LSD or something. As Troubley now has got himself an AK. That's not going to be any good though. Useless inside that bomb site that time round for the Playing Ducks, who were more like lame ducks in round 28 as VeryGames now move to match point.
Yeah, and this is the final stand for Playing Ducks. If they want to turn the tables, the time is now. VeryGames got a little bit tired of always coming second to the likes of NIP and always being beaten to the post. And ever since then, after that last victory that kind of was helped by some other teams, they've started really stepping up and getting to the game. They do not want to start this off on a bad foot. This is where they prove it. This is where they show what they're made of. And here we go. The T-side only have pistols. This should be VeryGames' round. MBK and Shocks doing the work, but Troubley and Legija finding the reply. Karrigan now pushing in. This could be their undoing. 3v3. Troubley and Legija getting weapons between them. Oh, but Troubley goes down to existence. Karrigan follows as well. Existence show at the moment. Legija, the last man standing for the Ducks. Can he do anything in a 1v3 with 11 HP? There's got to be no hope here, surely. If it was ChrisJ, hell, I might believe it, but let's see what he's got. Flashes coming through. Where he is in existence. Finishing off with a hat-trick and getting himself off to a more respectable score there, but VeryGames finally getting themselves back into a situation that wasn't that embarrassing.
No. Good win for VeryGames in the end, but Playing Ducks have really put their name on the map this week. I mean, they've gone to the quarterfinals, which is good points. So we've seen 60 points enough to get through to the group stages before over the 4 cups, and they've taken a giant stride towards that with 25 points in the quarterfinals this evening. That is it this evening. It's been a bit of a late one actually. It's nearly 11 o'clock here in Cologne. Thank you for tuning in to ESL TV's coverage of the RaidCall EMS 1. Cup #1. Don't forget we're back tomorrow at 7 PM Central European summertime because it's still warm here, and we will have both best of ones and the grand final, which will be a best of 3. Before we go, actually, let me just check.
What are we doing?
I just want to check and make sure that all of the matches, that should be the last game. So tomorrow in theory, we've got VeryGames versus either Western Wolves or Copenhagen Wolves, which, by the way, looks like it might still be going on. So, don't know about that one. The other game is Fnatic versus Ninjas in Pyjamas. So, whatever it ends up tomorrow, Western Wolves or Copenhagen Wolves versus VeryGames, we also have Fnatic versus NIP. Couldn't be set up any better if we dreamed of it. So,
Cannot wait.
Make sure you come back tomorrow at 7 PM Central European Summer Time. I've been Red Eye, she's been Pansy, and we'll see you tomorrow for more CSGO. Thanks for tuning in.
Nice.